Hi guys, welcome again to Learning TWI, the fun way with TWI Junior Pro. My name is Quincy, and before we start today's lesson, I just want to thank Mark and Mujib for sending in through their comments, but those comments will be translated in our next week live session, right? And for today's lesson, we have one person that sent in 14 translations, and that person is Daniel. Daniel, thanks again for your continued support, and these are the things that Daniel wanted to know. The first thing that Daniel wanted to know was how to say, why is that? Why is that? And that in TWI can be said as Adɛn tina. Again, Adɛn tina. One last time. Adɛn tina. The next thing that Daniel wanted to know was how to say what is that on the table. Now that in TWI can be said in two possible ways, but I'll just add a third one that can also mean the same thing. So now the first way of saying what is that on the table in TWI would be Ɛdeɛn na ɛda ɛpono no so. Again, Ɛdeɛn na ɛda ɛpono no so. And the second way would be Deɛn na ɛda ɛpono no so. Basically, Ɛdeɛn and Deɛn is roughly the same thing. Na ɛda is on top. Ɛpono no so is on top of the table. So ɛpono in this context is table, but ɛpono can also represent door. So again, the two ways one can actually represent that in TWI is Ɛdeɛn na ɛda ɛpono no so, or Deɛn na ɛda ɛpono no so. Now the third way of saying that could be Adɛn nti na ɛda ɛpono no so. Again, Adɛn nti na ɛda ɛpono no so, which roughly translated is why is that on the table. Now the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, how do you know if you don't like it? Now that in TWI can be said as ɛbɛyɛ dɛn ɛhu sɛ wommpɛ. Again, ɛbɛyɛ dɛn ɛhu sɛ wommpɛ. One last time. Ɛbɛyɛ dɛn ɛhu sɛ wommpɛ. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was better than before. Again, better than before. Now that in TWI can be said as ɛyɛ sen kane no. Again, ɛyɛ sen kane no. One last time. Ɛyɛ sen kane no. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, why is it so tight? Again, why is it so tight? Now in TWI that can be said as Adɛn nti na emu yɛ den saa. Now the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, please, how many times do I have to tell you to get a job? Now, the first way one can actually say that is Mepawokyew, mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn na wopɛ sɛ meka kyerɛ wo sɛ hwehwɛ adwuma. Again, slowly. Mepawokyew, mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn na wopɛ sɛ meka kyerɛ wo sɛ hwehwɛ adwuma. One last time. Mepawokyew is please. Mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn is how many times. Na wopɛ sɛ, do you want me to? Ka kyerɛ wo sɛ, tell you that. Hwehwɛ adwuma, look for work. Or you can say Mepawokyew, mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn na wopɛ sɛ meka kyerɛ wo sɛ pɛ adwuma. Again, Mepawokyew, mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn na wopɛ sɛ meka kyerɛ wo sɛ pɛ adwuma. So again, Mepawokyew is please, right? Mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn is how many times. Na wopɛ sɛ is do you want me to. Ka kyerɛ wo sɛ is tell you that. Pɛ is look. Adwuma is work. So Daniel, I hope that was helpful. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, turn the music off. Now that in TWI can be said as dum nnwom no. Again, dum nnwom no. One last time, dum nnwom no. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, turn the music on. Now that in TWI can be said as bue nnwom no. Again, bue nnwom no. One last time, bue nnwom no. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, it's very hot outside, so drink lots of water. Again, it's very hot outside, so drink lots of water. And that in TWI can be said as, abɔnten ahye, enti nom nsuo bebree. Again, abɔnten ahye, enti nom nsuo bebree. One last time. Abɔnten is outside. Ahye is it's hot. Enti so. Nom nsuo, drink water. Bebree is lots. So basically, it's hot outside, so drink lots of water. Again, That in Twi is abontienhye enti num suo bebre. Now the next thing that Daniel wanted to find out was, why are you looking at this? It's not good for you as a child. Again, why are you looking at this? It's not good for you as a child. Now that in Twi can be said in two ways. Now the first way one can actually say that is, Adɛn nti na wohwɛ adeɛ yi? Ɛnyɛ ma akɔdaa. Again, Adɛn nti na wohwɛ adeɛ yi? Ɛnyɛ ma akɔdaa. Let's break it down. Adɛn nti na is, why are you? Na wohwɛ adeɛ yi, are you looking at this particular thing or this thing? Ɛnyɛ ma, it's not good. Akɔdaa is a child. So again, Adɛn nti na wohwɛ adeɛ yi? Ɛnyɛ ma akɔdaa. Now the second way of saying this could be, Adɛn nti na wohwɛ yei or wei? Ɛnyɛ ma akɔdaa. Again, Adɛn nti na wohwɛ yei or wei? Ɛnyɛ ma akɔdaa. Now the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, show me where I can find it. Again, show me where I can find it. Now that in Twi can be said as, kyerɛ me baabi a mɛtumi ahu. Again, kyerɛ me baabi a mɛtumi ahu. One last time, kyerɛ me baabi a mɛtumi ahu. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, how many boxes do you have today? Again, how many boxes do you have today? Now that in Twi can be said as, naka dodoɔ sɛn na wowɔ nnɛ. Again, naka dodoɔ sɛn na wowɔ nnɛ. Naka, adaka is one box. Naka is a plural, so that's boxes. So again, naka dodoɔ sɛn would be, how many boxes? Na wowɔ do you have? Nnɛ is today. So again, naka dodoɔ sɛn na wowɔ nnɛ. And the next thing that Daniel wanted to know was, is that a lot? Now that in Twi can be said as, ɛdɔɔso. Again, ɛdɔɔso. One last time, ɛdɔɔso. So the last thing that Daniel wanted to know was, he wanted to find out what ɛboromiso actually meant in English. Now in Twi, ɛboromiso doesn't have one direct meaning. It doesn't have like one word for it, right? So ɛboromiso in a situation would be when something is difficult or it's hard for you or difficult for you to understand, or it's above your knowledge, right? So it's something that's hard to understand or something that it's above your knowledge. That's the best way of actually putting ɛboromiso, right? Guys, that's it for this week's translation. Thanks again, Daniel, for sending through the comments. Like I said, Mark Mujib, your comments will be done next week in a live session. We already reached a 12 cap that we have every week, right? Today's lesson was actually 14. So I just want to say thanks again to everyone, for those that have been with me from the beginning to now. So all my new subscribers and my old subscribers, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. We are trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. So please guys, please continue spreading the word. Let anyone who wants to learn Twi or find out what Twi is about come to this channel. Hopefully when they go through the content, they will actually enjoy it enough to actually subscribe to the channel. And remember guys, please get the Twi Junior Pro app. With that and this, you learn the language quicker. And remember, if you like the content of the channel, please click on the like button. Please click on the subscribe button. And please click on the bell button for future notifications. And remember to stay safe. With lots of love from Kwesi. See you next week. Bye.